I can't believe I'm sitting in a cold tub in front of thousands of people. What's the name of this show? Cold as his balls?
What's up? Tom Brady in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Look at
everybody?
this. Tom, you got to put your shirt on the hook there. We're going to
That's
turn
a lot of
around.
people.
We're going to sit on the back of the tub.
What's up, everybody?
Tom, you look good.
You too.
All right, so Tom, sit on the back of the tub. Don't get in.
I haven't done a cold tub in like 15 years.
Well, let's get in it. Ah!
I'm a little worried.
Ah!
Kind of like this hat, though.
Welcome,
All right.
everybody. Welcome. Come on, Tom, sit in so I can give a proper introduction. I want to welcome everybody to a live taping of Cold as Balls. This show is built off of legends sitting in the tub, and I got the GOAT himself, Mr. Tom Brady.
Hey.
Tom, I think before we start, man, I need you to understand, A, you're a friend. And I don't say this enough to you, I'm a fan. What I'm most intrigued about with you is your mindset attached to greatness. And I think my first question for me and for the fans is, how is that possible to hold on to throughout the duration of your career and now life?
When I started as a young kid growing up in the Bay Area, I was just like so many of these kids out here today. And I had great ambition, and I had a good work ethic from my parents, and I had a dream of playing sports. And I didn't want to let my parents down, I didn't want to let my family down. And then ultimately, when I got on teams, I didn't want to let my teams down either. I wanted to show up every day and be the best I could be for other people.
I love the mindset, and I think that's something that this younger generation should hold on to. Your mindset is everything, because the losses today set up for the wins tomorrow.
Yeah.
Speaking of the losses, let's go into the beginning stages. You were not a sought-after QB coming out of college. You were not the guy that was the #1 draft pick. Was there ever a moment where you thought to yourself in the beginning stages, like, damn, maybe I'm not what I think I am. Maybe I'm not ready for that stage of football in the game?
Because I wasn't always the top prospect, I felt like what I had to work at was my work ethic and my discipline and my drive and my determination. And the reality is that's the fundamental skills for success. So when you're dealing with adversity and you're dealing with things that don't go your way, I think sometimes that's a great thing, and you need to see it as a great thing. The traits that are gonna make you successful over a long period of time, those are within you.
Facts.
That's not something that they measure at a combine.
It's not about what you don't get done, it's about what you can get done.
Kev, you probably have a similar story because—
Absolutely.
Yes.
You guys don't know this. I could have played professional football. I chose comedy, Tom. I chose comedy. I could have went this route, and I'm glad I didn't, because then who knows? You might not have been what you are today if I had a proceed. You know what I'm saying?
I totally understand that.
Everything happens for a reason. You know, I got to give a shout out to Old Spice, man. We normally have our Old Spice question of the day. And, you know, our Old Spice question of the day is always formatted around what we keep in our locker. So right now, I'm going to tell you what's in my locker, okay? Just a little thing that we do here on Cold as Balls. I'll tell you what's in my locker. Oh, boy. There's a picture of me and you, Tom. I don't really know why this would be in here.
Look, I get to be with you.
Man must have put this in here. I didn't do this. This isn't mine, but whatever. We're best friends. Okay. I'll tell you what I do keep in my locker. Old Spice Swagger deodorant. Scent of cedar wood and 24/7 odor protection with daily use. Doesn't get better than that for me. That's what I keep in my locker. Thank you, Old Spice, for being the partners that you are. Tom, we're getting deeper in the tub. Let's go. In the tub.
Really?
In the tub.
No.
In the tub, Tom. In the tub, Tom. In the tub, Tom. There you go.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Good job, Tom. All right.
Wait.
Tom,
Are you
let's
getting in
get
the
on
tub?
with this. Huh?
Are you getting in the tub?
Yeah, I am in the tub. I'm just small. It just looks like I'm not. I am.
No.
Yep. Come on. Oh my God, Daryl, Bam. Okay. All right. Okay. That's
We got
Darryl.
a goat out here.
That's
A real
Daryl.
goat.
This is Bam. Is that Tom's real jersey? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. You're bringing Tom.
Do you have any food for this goat?
No. And goat a lot.
Hey, my man.
Bam. Get
That's
the goat
really
out
my
of here.
autograph.
Bam.
Now I'm petting him.
Move the goat, Bam. Move it.
Are you really listening to him?
They
You
have to listen to me.
him. You're
Get
totally—
your ass out of here, Bam. Tom, it's time to get into the deeper questions right now. And I think the question that I have, which is a really good one, do you feel like the game is changing? Do you feel like the game is improving? What's your take on the game today?
I think there's more challenges for the generation of quarterbacks in some ways, but for the guys that take advantage of it, I think it's more opportunities for them too. And I think that they're in an age where, because get in.
I got it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
keep going.
Go ahead.
No, I'm already in.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I know. How do you focus?
Go ahead.
What's the name of this show? Hold his balls? Yeah.
So you feel like the generation today is...
I think there's a lot of opportunity for them to succeed. And at the same time, there's challenges because there's a lot more distractions than ever. Well, get them in there, please. You need help?
All right.
Thank you.
Go.
Thank you.
Go, Tom.
Everyone is coddled a little bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to saying, hey, you better come in and get the work done.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, you probably should do this.
Yeah.
The guys that are really going to have the great work ethic, they're going to really be able to succeed.
Who do you feel has the biggest opportunity in today's game to possibly duplicate a version of history? Like, do you feel like...
Patrick.
Patrick. Do you feel like Patrick for sure?
He has a will to win. He's got a desire every time he takes the field to be a great leader. It's just everything he says is the right thing.
I think I'm right there with you. I think Patrick's mentality is amazing. Talking about a new stage, Belichick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your coach for so many years is now going and he's coaching college. Do you guys still have a relationship and a rapport?
I saw him 2 nights ago.
Okay.
And he came to I opened a great museum at the Fontainebleau Casino in Las Vegas called the Hall of Excellence. And he came. It was great that he was there. And we always have a great relationship.
Yeah.
We always have. And I appreciated so much the way that he coached me. And I think those kids at North Carolina have a great opportunity to
1000%.
succeed because he's not like the other guys that have coached him in the past. He's
Yeah.
different, and he works so hard every day to put those guys in a position to succeed.
I got a
I
question.
can't believe I'm sitting in a cold tub in front of thousands of people.
And
This is crazy.
And having an amazing conversation. We got a couple more cold hitting questions. Here's one of the coldest questions I can give you. Do you feel like the ring in Tampa was harder than any rings that you got in New England?
Harder?
Yeah. Deeper in the tub, Tom.
No.
That's right. Yeah. Get off the stool. Stop being the bitch, Tom.
gotta
Get
go
off the
deeper?
stool. That's right. There you go.
Oh my God.
There you go. Tom, answer the question.
Man,
Was the ring
I can't even think of the
in
question you
Tampa,
asked me.
Was the ring in Tampa tougher than the rings that you got in New England?
I would say, yeah, you too.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Get back.
Get
I'm
your
not-
ass in the tub.
Get back.
Kevin.
Go ahead. I'm in the tub, ma'am. Go ahead,
Get
Tom.
in. I mean, they're all tough. I can't
Yes,
rank them. Come on,
but
they're like your
you
kids.
have to, because going to Tampa, the expectation was failure. It was, oh my, bam, get your stupid.
Yes.
What are you doing?
That's a lot of man right
Bam,
there.
what are you doing? Get out the way,
There
bam.
it is.
Get out the way.
What tub can we get you in?
Yeah, bam, get
you-
out the way.
Can you get in with Kevin?
Yeah, okay. All right, move, bam.
Bam.
No.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Get in there, Bam.
I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Oh my
All
God.
right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Bam. Thank you. Good job.
Bam,
All right.
Kev needs a partner in that
Yeah.
tub.
The reason why I say Tampa was
Yeah.
tougher, because the expectation wasn't Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Tampa ring stands out because it wasn't supposed to
But
happen.
I think the first Super Bowl ring I won with the Patriots was probably the hardest because we
hardest.
were such an underdog. It was our second season, and we were trying to build a foundation. Hey, I think by the time I got to Tampa, everyone was a little worried every time I was on the field
Yeah.
late in the game with the ball in my hands. So I would say Tampa was probably the most rewarding Super Bowl.
Yeah. Life after football. I love you on the microphone. How much joy has journalism brought you?
Yeah, I've absolutely loved it, and I'm a fan of every team. I'm just looking for great football all the time.
There's nothing better than hearing a great talk about the game. I remember, rest in peace, the legend Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
When Kobe
wow.
Bryant used to talk about basketball.
Yeah.
It was methodical, and I think you do the same thing. It's amazing to see. No. What are you doing? Okay. All right. Okay.
You
What
really
is your-
need to do that?
God, Bam, I swear, Bam, you're pissing me off, Bam.
He's not
They
pissing
do
me
that.
off.
Well, they do that because it's time to get colder. Another question for you, Tom. You know, Eli Manning, a rival of yours. Do you do an impression of Eli's face?
Can you show me one?
You want me to do Eli's face?
Give me a.
Yeah, that's it. The Eli Manning face.
He's got a great one. That's, Eli, and I love Eli, but he beat me twice in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And all the Giants fans always let me know that Eli's, how many times have I heard walking through here, Eli's your daddy, over and over. And I turned around to him yesterday and said, you see what I got to live with because of you?
But your relationship with Eli is great. You and Eli have a great relationship.
Absolutely.
You both share Hall of Fame. Okay, all right. That means we're wrapping up. Okay.
My toes are freezing.
I want to let the audience know something before we wrap up. This is our 100th episode here on Cold as Balls. Okay? And in a 100th episode, you had to go big, which is why we went Brady. Brady, the world saw you do the roast.
They saw you do the roast.
After the roast, it was so much conversation. Is Tom all right? Is Tom okay? How do you feel about the moment of the roast?
What everyone has to realize is, like, I was in a locker room for 28 years of my life, and the only thing we do in locker rooms are roast each other.
That's it.
The answer is, like, I had a great time. The only thing that was hard for me was, like, I have kids that, it hurts their feelings. And I think when you're a parent, and I didn't think about those things, and I learned a lesson. I do think laughter is the best form of medicine for all of us. And I think when I've been going through a lot of hard times in my life, I've always went to comedy and laughter.
The best roasts come with the people that can deal with it because of where they are.
Yeah.
Your mindset, your place in life, and your comfort. For you, the poster boy, the perfect guy, Tom Perfect Brady, it was dope to see you take that stage and deal with the roast at the level that you did. Last question for Tom. Olympics, flag football, they're talking about bringing it to the Olympics. If they do, are you gonna play? Are you gonna play if they bring flag football?
I'm gonna be 51 years old.
I'm thinking about it. If they call me,
What can you do?
me, quarterback. What do you mean? What can I do?
Get him in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 100 episodes of Cold as Balls, and 100 got really good. Tom Brady, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on? Kevin Hart here. We're coming back with season 8 of Cold as Balls. That's right, I said it, and I know what you're thinking. How many more of these are we going to do? Oh, yeah. Huh?
What's up, my boy?
Big Ticket himself.
Man, what's up with you?
It took you long enough.
We're here, kid.
God. Huh? Go ahead, man. Hang up your robe on the hook.
So I know you said cold tough, so I bought.
Wait a minute. What you doing?
Yeah, I got a. You know what I'm saying?
That's a wetsuit.
Wetsuit for the cold.
Let me tell you something. Father Time is undefeated. Okay? Come on, sit on the back of the tub.
Are you serious?
Sit on the back of the tub.
Are you serious?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a legend in the building, Hall of Famer in the building. Kevin Garnett is in the tub, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
KG, god dang. Where do I start, man?
Where you want to start?
I mean, we gotta start off where it started. Where you from?
Greenville, South Carolina. Shout out to Greenville.
Why basketball? Why to start in basketball?
The neighborhood I moved from, which was more of a rougher neighborhood where we played football, slapboxed, all that. Then I moved to like a more suburb or whatever, and all the guys down here played basketball. So, it's just natural fit.
You're Mr. Basketball. You're a basketball phenomenon, right? Wanted to start to click that, I'm way ahead.
After my sophomore year in high school, I started seeing colleges give me a lot of attention. I started getting invited to like camps like Nike camp, ABCD camp, which was huge camps.
You don't get bigger than that.
Yeah, and these got the best players in the world playing at this, all over the world playing at these camps. I actually moved from South Carolina and graduated and went to school in Chicago. And then I started seeing what was once recreation for me and fun start to turn into like a passion and turn into like, oh snap, this can actually be a career for you.
When you heard the transition go from college scouts to NBA scouts, what does that do to you?
I didn't believe it at first. I was so wrapped up into figuring Chicago out because Chicago's a lot of games, so you got to get permission to go certain places. So I was one of the rare that got to play on the south side, the north side, east side, Hyde Park, west side. And playing different talents like that made me confident, and it gave me the belief that, man, if I can do it here, I can do it in organized. If I can do it in organized, man.
Let me ask you a quick question. What does greatness mean to you?
Greatness means everything. It's the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And that's what you chase, at least as an athlete. I'm chasing people that was in front of me, so called better than me. I'm the 2.0 version that's supposed to make the game better. That's what I'm chasing.
Well, let me tell you what greatness means to me. There's nothing greater than Captain's Dry Spray. I'm talking 24 hours of long-lasting freshness. White hand, please. God, white hand, give it to me. White hand, Captain Dry Spray. 24/7 lasting sweat defense. It don't get better than that. That's what greatness is to me. Thank you, Old Spice. Thank you, White Hand. Yeah, sorry about that, Kev. Let's get down, dude. You're an All-American. You're getting drafted out of high school. You're going.
I thought Chicago was going. Listen, I'm in Minnesota now.
Okay,
Yeah.
you get to Minnesota, man. I mean, look, immediately, this is life-changing. What's your family's tone and temperature at this point?
So I was already in the film of having responsibility at an early age. My mom went through a rough patch where, I had to take care of my little sister for a little bit. And in this transition of going to the NBA, she was with me. So, when I got there, I had my younger sister. I had like a little crew with me because I didn't know anybody. I was too young to go to clubs, strip clubs, anything. Anything that the older guys was doing, I couldn't necessarily do. So Kevin McHale let, couple of my friends just be with me all the time, which helped. We all acclimated to Minnesota, even though it was colder. But for the most part, I got to actually come up here and just focus on basketball. I didn't focus on nothing else. And that was great for me.
All right. Okay. Well, you know what? You wouldn't be hot if you didn't have on a goddamn wetsuit. Come on, let's go. In the tub. Let's go. Let's get in the tub. On the back of the stool we go, baby. We got to get into the world of you and Marbury. This is big. What was the conversation at that point, like in the locker room between you guys?
We became real friends in 11th grade. Speed up, I go to the league, right? He goes to Georgia Tech. When we get to draft night, I'm telling Flip, man, we need to get Steph. So it happens. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I would never thought in my wildest dream that I get to play not only with my best friend, but somebody that I like being around. So we're like, man, Minnesota could be our thing that we build ourselves.
This is also where you got your crash course into the world of business that the NBA presented itself to be, right? His departure from Minnesota, right? Like the things that you think will be forever, at any given time, that can change.
Yeah, I thought Steph and I was going to be like forever. When Steph wanted to leave, and then for the reasons he wanted to leave, because he didn't like the contract situation, and then, when I hollered at him, he was saying something different and all that. It just made it weird.
You forget that you guys are, you forgot that you're young, man.
Thanks, man.
Right? Like, you get these grown man problems at such a young age.
Ain't no script to follow.
Nothing. That moment, that's a low.
Yeah, at that time, the lowest.
The lowest.
When you become a team, man, you really take on each other. You really hold each other down. You really, you're around each other so much that you become family.
Now your attitude towards the business is different. By the way, you booked one of the biggest deals in basketball.
Thanks.
Right? Holy shit, look at this guy's contract. Holy shit. KG did it. Everybody calling you now. Hey, boy, I'm proud of you. You know who this is?
Right.
This Terry. You remember Uncle Terry?
I'm right down the street.
But remember you talked to me. I used to see you when you walked
on
out.
the front toilet one time. Remember about
you remember that guy? I'm the one that put the ball in your hand. Yeah, you got a bunch of them now.
Ton of them.
All right, now Minnesota, you're not really getting it done the way you want to get it done. When did you say, I need something different?
When I lost Steph, I ended up playing with Sam Cassell and Latrell Sprewell. But Sam rekindled my love for basketball and took me from a level of this thinking to this, so much that I won MVP that year. And I was reactivated. And I always loved ball, but I was just in another realm with it. And they didn't resign Sam or Spree. And that's kind of the right ones on the wall.
I love that you said, too, you were reactivated. That's such a dope term, man.
Yeah. I felt like after winning the MVP, I took on another level of confidence on both sides of the ball. I didn't even just think that I can score on you. I thought I could turn around and lock you up, too. And that's how I was playing. That's how I was working out. That's how I was playing in the summertime. That's how I was like just living that.
You see how he's turning the eyes and everything, get a little activated. He get to talking about the game. That's what what I thought. Not I thought you. Let me tell you what I thought. Yeah, but he told me like just now. You really went back to that time. There was a moment. Yeah, for a second. For a second, your hands and got crazy. You almost called me a just now. I saw it, Kev, because you don't even know. I thought I could lock you up. I'm like, I ain't playing.
I didn't mean to do that, but you understand what I'm saying, right? But I take on this new confidence, man, and I was just like, man, you know, if these guys can do that, and I'm watching how Kobe has Shaq, has Glenn Rice, has a supporting cast, and I'm just simply thinking like, okay, I got to get to a scenario where it's similar to something like that. And Tyronn Lue and Chauncey, who was real friends, Chauncey Billups, they actually pulled me off to the side during the summer. Was like, bro, it's time for you to get out of there. You got to leave. Like, if you don't leave now, you're not going to have a chance to be able to do some of the things you're talking about. And then, dog, you should go play with some other players, man. They actually take the some of this pressure off you. And I had never heard that, Kev. And that's when I started taking the steps to be able to see what my future is going to be like. I'm up for a contract, and that's when I called Kobe. And Kobe was in China. He was in China for like a month and a half doing a bunch of
Kobe
shit, and he wasn't picking up the line and none of that. And then I had played with Paul Pierce when I was younger in AAU in like one tournament. In that little thing, it was like three of us. Ray Allen was one of the guys. So I had played with Ray, knew his family, he knew me, but Ray comes to Boston with Paul, and I was like, damn, who in the league that I can actually have wings, wings and guards to play with that's gonna be better than them two? So I made the decision. I said, I'm finna go to Boston, told my wife, and then I announced it, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. Oh, God. I'm sorry.
What's this? Oh,
these are my guys. No, Daryl, don't do that. He did it a couple times, but they had padding on the... Daryl, but you knock your goddamn hat off. Go over there. Bam, go.
Oh.
Okay, you come in here looking like two freak Chippendales. Come on, man. Got your belt and all undone. Come on. Freak.
The funniest ever.
Now, KJ, I need you to focus.
Hop in. Get in, man.
Well, that's what I was doing before they came out. Here we go. Oh! Here we go. Okay, we're now in Boston.
Are you in there?
We're in Boston. You got Ray Allen, you got Paul Pierce.
You don't look like you
are. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Are you in there?
Yep.
Almost.
We there.
You there?
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm good. You had another piece to this puzzle, right?
Yeah.
Rajon Rondo.
I watched a rare clip of the Celtics playing the Knicks at Madison Square Garden, and really it's like a 2-minute riff of his greatness at an early age. He's a rookie this time, but he's doing things that just make you go, oh, wow, you see that? I saw his last name, it was Rondo. So I said, Danny, man, listen, I know you talking about throwing a bunch of pieces in here, but you're gonna have to keep the little African kid, man. You know, the little regime or whatever his name. He said African. He was like, KG, I don't want to sound crazy, but you know, we got a bunch of Afro-American guys that know the point guard. And he's like, he's not African. he's like, he's from Kentucky, and he's not African. I Rondo name up so bad. Listen, so much that when I met him, I said, man, listen, first question, man, what is your name, man? He said, people call me Rajon, man. I was like, man, I'm sorry, I called you African, man. I didn't know where you was from, dog. We all kind of had a laugh. But him and I had chemistry day one. We were thinking on the same plateau. We're kind of similar, because he's quiet, I'm quiet, with country boys. And little by little, I started to recognize everybody's greatness and what they brought to this team. And I was like, man, I ain't never been on no team like this.
No. This is a championship contender right now. Like, this is real.
This is now.
Yeah, this is like, this can happen now. You guys get it done. Now, after you get it done, now you see, well, there's a pattern that it's now creating based off of what you did.
It's a copy league.
It's a copy league, so people follow suit.
They was on some mastermind. So we look up and Bron goes to Miami. And when Bron goes to Miami, the whole league shift. And we looked up and it was over.
When you say it's over, or when you say it's time for me to walk away.
It's time to start thinking about
what?
Post. Oh, you need the stool?
I was in it. Okay? Give it the right hand.
Oh, wow.
I need you to take it.
Wow.
Give it the right hand.
Wow, I'm in this. Hey,
go ahead.
Wow.
So at that moment, what is like, what got you to go there?
Michael Jordan gave me some great jewels when I was young. Said, young fella, you're gonna know when you're supposed to lead the game, because everything around you you're not gonna recognize none of it. And I didn't understand it at the time. And we're in Miami, Game 7, and they beat us. And about 2 minutes to go, I look up, and it hit me, man. it's over. The wave is over. And that was the beginning of the end.
I know you and Paul are still close. You and Ray had a difficulty at one point, but recently the NBA put together their top 75. And there's a moment after where a conversation is had. What tapped into the grown man of Kevin Garnett to say, do we keep it as a thing or do we solve the thing?
What made the Ray situation so prolific with us is because the structure we built in Boston, the three of us built that. So if it was one team that we had an issue with, it was Miami. I wasn't looking at like better business decision for Ray. Ray has a chance to get another ring. I didn't take on none of that. I was in my own feelings. So I was super competitive. Anybody know me like that. The passing of Kobe and all of us getting older helped me understand that life is not given to none of us.
Absolutely.
It would have with me if something would have happened to Ray and I didn't get a chance to amend this. I was competitive when we was competitive. And you know what? I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. I got off what I was on. I got off the bullshit. It was actually natural just to see him there in great health. I seen a little Ray. I seen all his family. They were all bigger, older, doing new things. So it was dope to see that. And that's what my focus was.
I love the fact that you are who you are unapologetically and have been. I did so much listening to you today. And the way that you talk and the manner that you talk in, people should listen. Get my full information. You know what I'll say? Anything is possible! Oh! Oh! Anything is possible! Oh!
In that voice.
Dude, this is one of the best episodes that we have had.
Thank you for having me here. I'm a huge fan of the show.
But before we wrap up, if you could just give me a second. Just a question to the crew, where I'm really confused here, really bothered. And tell me what these are for.
I think
You didn't hear me wrap up the goddamn show? I told you, I gave you the cue. Y'all didn't hear me get a cue? I said when I give the cue, goddamn let it loose. When I say anything is possible, you're supposed to let it fly.
Let what fly?
God, let it fly! Joe, hit the button! Anything is possible!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Got anything else to say?
No.
What's up, world? I'm Kevin Hart, and I'm introducing season 7 of Cold as Balls. Will you back up? God, got your stomach on my back. Holy shit.
Oh,
Man, woo, the wait is over. Iverson on Cold as Balls. Go ahead, man,
Yes,
take
sir.
the roll ball, put it on the hook. AI in the building. Why you dressed like his Aspen? You got on a hoodie and a t-shirt under that. It's like a neighborhood pool. What are you doing? I know that move. There you go. We just sitting on the back. World, oh my God. Are we in for a treat? Ladies and gentlemen, what a episode this is gonna be. The man, the myth, the legend, Allen Iverson himself is here on Cold as Balls. Man, first of all, thank you. This is a long time overdue.
Appreciate it.
You were nervous. You didn't want to come on because you thought I was gonna with you.
Absolutely.
But
That's what you do all the time.
yeah, but I wasn't gonna with you on here. This is about giving flowers. That's what this is about.
My man.
We always go to the beginning. I'm gonna tell you how our worlds connect. I go to George Washington High School. My coach, Calvin Jones, is such a big Allen Iverson fan. Senior year, he took us up to Seton Hall. We're watching you make the game look so easy. And in that moment, I realized I wasn't I said, I'm not gonna make it to the NBA, okay? In college, man, did you know immediately, being on that Georgetown campus, did you say like, you know, I got the potential to be one of the best in the world?
Absolutely.
You did?
I just needed the opportunity. Everything that happened to me in high school, and then with Coach giving me a second chance, I wasn't gonna let the game get in the way of me becoming ultimately who I am today.
You know, I asked you that because you saw it, but I'm gonna tell you who else saw it. Old Spice. White hand, please.
This episode of Cold as Balls is brought to you by Gentleman's Blends Holiday Pack. By the way, this is only available for a limited amount of time through the holiday season. So do yourself a favor and celebrate this holiday. Guys, did you get it? Instead of saying celebrate, I said smell-a-brate. How do I do it? White hand, please. You know, you do represent, when you talk about the game of basketball, significant change. I'm talking about the ankle braces. I'm talking about in college cutting the shirts off underneath the jersey. Where did that idea of rough, raw, rugged, and edge come from?
I was just being me, Kev. As far as the dress code and everything, I dressed like the guys from my neighborhood. It was just different once I got to the NBA. I could afford the stuff that we wanted growing up.
I remember when you're in the league, this is like your rookie year, Chris Rock's got the Chris Rock show. You got on the black tee, you got on some baggy jeans, you got the black do-rag, diamond chains all over, earrings big as watches, and Chris Rock's first words was, damn! He said,
Give Puffy his jewelry back.
Yeah, oh my God, he said, give Puffy his jewelry back. Yeah. At that moment, it was an instant thing of, damn, I want to look like that. And then you took it another step further, the tattoos, the braids. Are you aware that you started that thing in the game?
I just took the ass whipping for it. For these guys to be themselves, to look like they want to look. You know, the only time that I ever known about wearing suits was to go to church or to go to a funeral. I never wore a suit.
Yeah, I was
to
just
the basketball court. You know what I mean?
You didn't go to church that much either.
I did a little bit, but not that much. I believe in my guy, though.
Okay.
I believe in my guy. I love him. But I just felt like after the game, I'm going to Fridays and I'm going to the club or something like that. I mean, where am I going after the game with a suit on? It all came together to be Allen Iverson.
There was a real reason behind it. These fines were very consistent, right? I mean, they were on your ass. They tried to make an example out of you.
The only reason I felt like the dress code came in was because once they saw that I was wearing what I wanted to wear and I was getting away with it, then other guys were like, well, if he can do it, then I can do it too. And then everybody in the league started doing it. And then that's when David Stern said no. God rest his soul, but that's when he said no.
What was your relationship with David Stern?
It wasn't a great relationship. When I did that terrible rap album, that's when, when I did that bullshit, that's when I had a problem with David Stern. And then I remember going into the office and he was reading my lyrics, Kev. Like David Stern was actually reading 40 bars off a piece of paper, and me and Theo Ratliff, I was trying not to laugh because I knew how serious it was. And the shit that I was saying, obviously, you know. So to hear David Stern rapping it, it was crazy.
You look back on it now.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing.
The biggest thing is acknowledgement, though.
It's embarrassing.
It's only bad if you sit on this tub and go, you know, I put out that fire. You know, when I put out that heat.
It was not a good idea. It looked so bad.
You had a lot of features, though.
A lot of people tell you what you want to hear opposed to what you need to hear. And I dealt with that.
We're going to take it another step, man. Of course, we got to get in the tub a little bit. Your level of bitch about this matches mine for seasons. So come on, man. Let's go.
I can't just chill right here?
No. You got to sit on the stool in there, man.
Man, Kev, I don't do this.
You got on 17 pieces of clothing. What are you talking about? Hey, I came... he came dressed for a real shootout. Like, I thought it was going to help. We got to talk Philadelphia for a second.
I can't talk right now.
Well, you're going to have to. This is what makes the interview good. This man turned our city into a place that people wanted to come. When did you know that the city accepted you?
Damn, that's a good question.
I mean, when did you know?
Probably the first time that I got into some trouble.
The first time, because we got you know what I mean? Like, there's a list.
Yeah, the first time.
You got a lot
the way
you did a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we talking about
that
trouble.
bad.
Well, we got a lot of shit.
You know, I thought that they were going to turn on me. I was young, like 21 years old. I thought it was going to be a terrible backlash, and it was for a couple of days. But eventually it went away, and that's when I knew they supported me.
When did you start to realize the business in the game of basketball?
Probably when they were getting ready to trade me the first time. That's when I knew it wasn't just about what I was doing on the basketball court. That's when I realized it was a business, and they had to do what was best for the organization. And me putting a black cloud over it wasn't helping.
We gotta talk about the world of you and Larry Brown.
Just talk to me real quick about, those bumps.
I think I was like 22, 23 when Coach came. I didn't get it at first. Coach took me from just being a good basketball player to ultimately a Hall of Famer. I thought he had a problem with me, but he wanted the same thing that I wanted. He wanted to win. And once I realized that it was constructive criticism, then that's when everything turned around for the organization and for myself as a player.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. This is Bam and Daryl. No, Daryl, you got...
I see.
Well, this is, I got it, guys. That's really good. I don't think he ever wore jean shorts of that caliber, but I get what you guys are trying to do. I don't want to put it... Okay, all right, Daryl. Okay, both of you look like two members of goddamn the Backstreet Boys. You look stupid. You look dumb. Got on a pair of goddamn jorts. All right, let's keep it going here. Get the shit off of my head. I've heard you talk about this moment before. A moment that came off as one of the most disrespectful talking moments in the sport, with you stepping over T. Lue. In an interview you once said, I didn't even realize what I was doing at the moment because I was so into the game. Did you and T. Lue ever talk about that?
No. Man, I was so embarrassed, man. That shit was terrible. That's my guy, man.
You gotta talk about your nickname. Chuck, Bubba Chuck. Where did the name Bubba Chuck come from?
I had an uncle named Bubba, and I had one named Chuck. And they were arguing over my nickname, and my mom said name was Bubba Chuck.
Wait, it came from not being able to make a decision?
Yeah.
Now we gonna call the boy Bubba. Shut the f up, Chuck. You don't know goddamn thing about no nicknames. Anybody calling that boy Bubba? Anybody gonna call him Chuck?
That's how it happened, man.
By the way, I bet my life right now, if Bubba and Chuck was to walk in this bitch, it looked like two walking duffel bags.
Bubba can't walk in this motherfucker because he dead.
God damn it, Bubba. Oh, no. Chuck can.
Yeah, Chuck can now. That's probably why everybody just call me Chuck.
Yeah, because Bubba rolling over in his grave.
Man,
right
no,
now.
man, go ahead, man.
I knew it. I knew he liked Chuck better the whole time.
Terrible.
Your interview, the practice interview. In that moment, you're making a valid point with the media making such a big deal about this thing.
My thing was, if anybody that has any type of sense, all right, look at him as a player. How could you become everything that I am as a basketball player if I didn't practice?
The biggest thing is the ignoring of the problems that were very present at the time.
My best friend that just got killed. So
You're going through a lot of the time.
they don't know what we go through on the court.
You had those questions every day from personal things, home things, friends. What are you doing? Guys, we don't need it yet.
Oh,
We don't
Lord.
need it. All right. Back.
That ain't bother me because my feet already numb.
Yeah, they shouldn't be because you got on 6 pairs of socks.
Okay.
Damn shoes. He got on
I can
sneaks.
feel it now.
He's got on soft sneaks. Okay, what are you doing? We don't do it. We're taking the benches out. We're taking the benches out, Bam. Go over there, man. Piece of shit.
Yeah, stay over there.
You piece of shit is what you are. Looking like a swollen Marky Mark. All right, come on. Let's gotta take the benches out, man. White hand. Here you go, white hand. Look at your weak ass. You can't even get the damn stool out. When the last time you worked out?
Never.
Jesus Christ. Get the stool out the goddamn tub. What are you doing? You gonna throw your back out. Jesus Christ. Come on, sit back down. You got on white shorts. This ain't no goddamn porn ad. Sit down. Get your free gotta give it free. Oh, shit. Hey, blur that out. We're not selling around here. That's not what the f we do on here. No.
Oh, shit. My nip-nip's hard. My chest.
We gotta talk about your opportunity with Reebok, man. Lifetime contract with Reebok.
Yes.
An amazing deal at a young age.
What you doing, man?
I was about to get in. He stopped me, man. What you doing? All right. Now I'm getting in. Are you still doing collabs with Reebok? Are there any things that you're still like?
Oh, yeah, I do everything with Reebok,
You got-
man. Those are my guys. We do it all, man, to take care of every sport in my high school, not just basketball, girls and boys. The biggest goal for me is to have everybody in the whole Peninsula District where I play wear I3, everything.
Wow. You know
Reebok
what?
the best, man.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go and
I
bring
am Reebok.
your I3, but I had a I2 is my brain. So let's go into one moment
that recently was put on display. The Redeem Team just aired on Netflix, and it's highlighting the U.S. putting a team together after the U.S. got bronze. You were a part of one of those teams. Was that a huge blow to you guys as a team, realizing that you couldn't click the way you were supposed to?
Obviously, you think you put together a bunch of pros and we supposed to beat any team you put out there on the floor. But that wasn't the case, obviously. That summer, everything started happening overseas. So me and Tim Duncan were the only ones that agreed to go.
Wow.
I wanted to go, but I wasn't invited. And then they put together, obviously, the team that ended up winning.
Are you in a position to have a
It
conversation?
was out of my control.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I definitely didn't want to make a big deal about it. Out of respect of the guys that they did choose, those were my guys. You know what I mean? And I rooted for them to the end, but deep down, it bothered me. It hurt.
I got to put you in a hot seat for one question,
Let's
man.
go.
As a point guard, I would love to know Allen Iverson's Mount Rushmore of point guards.
I look at myself as not even as a guard.
You go two guard.
A killer.
Stone Cold killer.
Certified.
You got the ball.
Serial killer.
Give me your top 5.
I'm gonna go Magic, Isaiah, Steph, and Chris Paul.
Ooh, I like the list. Do you see the comparisons when you hear Ja Morant in your name?
I might not see it in the actual style of play, but the speed, the attitude, the bounce. Ja's 6'3".
Yeah.
And can fly.
He remind me of myself in the church league.
In the church league,
Yeah, I was jumping out the dress shoes.
Ja is the real deal.
Kenny Duncan church shoes, though. 'Cause
I
that's
believe
what I'm
so.
doing. No.
I saw your high school highlight too.
We can get ready to wrap it up. So let's end this by paying true homage to a move that he made famous. The crossover step over. By the way, they banned it after you did it. All right, guys, let's go. Daryl, you're up, b****. You're playing defense, and it's me. And I'm going to the hoop. Okay, do your best to stop me. Daryl, I'm gonna tell you ahead of time, I'm gonna cross you. Okay? Matter of fact, let me put my Crocs in sport mode. It's like the old days. Give me the ball. What the f is that? Throw a real pass. God damn it, man. Man, come on. Come on, Bam. Damn it, Bam. Woo! You did up? Hey, this is like taking goddamn ice cream from a baby, boy.
You see, you ran across that.
Hey, do I look like the answer? This is what AI used to do, too.
I hit him with that thing.
Oh,
Lord! Oh!
hey, this cold as balls. I'm gonna make it do what it do when I do it, baby. Get your ankle braces, buckle up, because when I'm on the court, you better knuckle up. Fighting the game is how I used to chuck it. Look at you, hold your ankle like a Hey, that's it. Come on, man, let's roll. We going to Fridays. What you doing? Get your stupid out of here. I ain't got the ball. Man, this is stupid. Let me go. Let me the out, man. I ain't got the ball. Over here, put your dick on my hip. Let's go. Thank you. I see it. No, I see it. Bam, stop the bird. I'm serious, man. Stop it. You with me, man. Oh, yeah. Finally. I got my guy on here. The legend himself, man. Come on, Lamar. Hey, put your robe on the back of the hook, and we're gonna come around, man. We sit on the back of the tub to start. This is really big. I'm back in my on season, too. Back in the gym, so this is the perfect time for us to have this. Here we go. All right. Yeah. You already know what it is, world. It's another episode of Cold as Balls. Oh, my God. On today's show, we got a legend in the building. We got Lamar Jackson in the tub. There you go. Lamar, welcome to the show. This is a big deal for us, man. First things first, out the gate. Are you human? Right? Like, do you got that robotic shit in there? No?
Might.
Okay. There's only 2 people that I thought had it. I checked Steph Curry one time. He doesn't know this, but I basically cut him. And I wanted to see if he was gonna bleed or if some shit was gonna heal right away, like Wolverine. To be honest with you, I f***ed him up. I just acted like it was an accident. It was on purpose.
Right.
Okay, but you being honest with me. Right. We can skip that step.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, Lamar. So look, coming out the gate, man. First things first. You're a Florida guy.
Yes.
Right. What part of Florida?
I'm from Pompano Beach, Florida, Broward
Pompano
County.
Beach. What is it about Florida and football, man?
I'm gonna blame the heat.
Is that what it
One thing
is?
the Heat. We don't know, man. We just blessed with it. We just
Something
blessed with the ability.
about the Florida air, man.
Something.
Why? Why the game of football?
I'm seeing people like you on TV. I'm like, I gotta put my people in a great situation. I seen mansions and stuff on TV. I'm like, I want a mansion, you know? It's not like we was poor or nothing like that, but it's like, while we here, I'm around my friends and stuff. These guys going to jail and stuff. I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
Counting years of go to the league. I chose that path.
Did you really have the league in your mind at that age?
Yeah,
Like,
first grade.
get out of here.
First grade. I was 7 years old. Yeah.
Who in your family played the game?
My whole family, like athletic. My mom's an athlete, my dad, uncles and stuff like that, but they just chose other paths.
Everybody say they got athletes in their family until it's Thanksgiving and somebody blow their shit out. Which one is it?
I'm not finna have a bad looking uncle out there. I'm gonna have one of the young looking
The young
uncles
ones.
who
The young
still
ones
wanna
out
be
there.
20 out there, who 50, but he wanna be 20.
Yeah. The level of support for you early on, was your mom and dad heavy on this boy's special?
I mean, yeah, you can say that, but at the same time, they wasn't like pressuring me like, oh, you gonna do this or nothing like that. You know, it was just support.
Was quarterback always a position?
Yeah, quarterback was always
Always?
my position. Yeah,
Back then too.
back then too.
I love that because it's important to put the naysayers to bed. You know, is he a quarterback? Should he be playing this or should he be playing that?
Yeah.
So to know that you are invested into this guy's position from day one, that's a dope piece of information. What year was it in high school where the Division I letters started to come in?
I went viral going into my senior year. I had a little clip, did a step back move before I went into the end zone, and after that, we just went piling in.
You know, it's crazy because I had a moment. I had a little viral moment too when I played. Everybody knows this about me. It's been
Basketball?
ongoing. No, church league, football league. But there's a clip of me, right, running is similar to what you talking about. Like that step back, somebody go to tackle you, you take a little step back.
Yeah.
But on mine, I touched his head and I said, Jesus loves you. And laid him down, right? What they call it? They called it was like well, at that time we called it a blessing from him.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a church league. So we don't refer to things outside of that context. But it was crazy. Went viral only on the church internet though.
We gotta pull that clip.
Yeah,
up, though.
I gotta see if I can get you the link. It's ZionBaptist.net.church.net/e-league/that. I think it is.
The blessing from him too.
Yeah. But the whole thing went crazy because when I did the stiff arm, they put up a picture of Jesus on my hand. It was like, oh, he saved him. Yeah, that's
I thought you baptized him, dude.
Well, you could say that too. By the way, you know he went on to be successful.
They did it.
You go look up Steve Jobs and tell me what he became. Anybody? Anybody know that name? He now owns a U-Haul company. Okay. Let me clear this up. No. I'm not talking about the one.
That's the only one I know.
No. I'm talking about another one. The one I'm talking about is in North Philadelphia. He been moving trucks successfully for the last 10 years. Okay, and that's Steve. Good for you, man. All right. Okay, so your viral clip goes crazy.
Right.
Okay, letters and stuff come in. Viral sensation turns over.
Right.
How do we get to your college decision? Give me the final three.
I had Louisville, Florida. Who else was it? I only had two.
Why not Florida?
I didn't want to stay home. I didn't want to stay home, and I wanted an opportunity to play my freshman season.
Okay.
In Florida, the head coach at the time, he was like, hey, you might have to come back, get some size, sit out, red shirt. That's not what I wanted to hear.
You didn't like that. You didn't
So
like
I
that.
was like, nah. And Louisville, Coach Bobby Petrino, he was like, yeah, you're going to get a chance to play. You're going to get an opportunity, but you got to study your playbook, stuff like that. I'm like, all right. And when I got there, it was like 6 other quarterbacks, though.
Were you a little pissed at that?
No doubt. I wasn't thinking like, I'm going to be in competition with all these guys, you know, and it was great quarterbacks. But I ended up playing my freshman year somewhat and had a successful season.
Now, before we go and we get into the world of college, all right? Oh, okay, yeah. Give me 1 second right now. It's our question of the day. Okay, this is a good one right now.
right.
What position would you let me play if I was on the Ravens?
Position.
Come on now. And keep in mind, I'm minus 2 pounds right now. So
Yeah.
normally I'll come in a little heavier.
Damn.
Yeah.
What you can do for us?
I mean, I see myself, honestly, in the slot.
Slot?
Yeah, I see myself in the slot. Because I know.
No. We have tall motherfuckers at slot.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, so that's what they used to.
Nah, we might have you on the sideline. I ain't gonna.
Sideline? Okay.
Sideline.
All right,
Sideline.
that's fair.
Sideline.
That's fair.
Sideline.
It's an
Back
honest
up.
question. On this show,
What's up,
honestly,
Dwayne?
if we're not gonna be honest with each other, then there's no reason to get in this tub. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're gonna need you to get in later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Old Spice Fiji Lotion. The scent of palm tree and coconut and 24/7 lightweight moisturization with daily use. Ooh, doesn't get any better than this. Thank you, Old Spice. Another amazing question in the can. Here you go. Thank you, White Hand.
All right, so, dude, it's time for us to get in the tub. We're about to go to Louisville, okay?
Oh,
My first question is gonna be real simple when you talk about Louisville,
Yeah.
right? The day that you arrive on a college campus, all of a sudden everything looks different.
Yeah.
You adjust, you adapt, you start balling.
Yeah.
It gets a little disgusting, right? The road to the Heisman is like a serious road. When that conversation started coming up, did this do anything to you mentally? Did this change you at all?
Nah, it just changed people who I knew. If anything, you know, it didn't really change me. I'm still looking at myself just like regular old Lamar, right? You know, just got to college. But people looking at me differently.
What do you mean by that when you say people are looking at you differently?
Like, you just did superstar
Okay.
to people. It's like, bro, you don't know what I go through,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's all type of stuff just started happening. It's like a whirlwind. When I started seeing my name talked about with the Heisman, I turn the channel.
Can't watch it.
I'm trying to focus on my season. Like, I don't want nothing to get in my head.
The idea of superstar in college is a real thing. So now let's talk NFL, let's talk draft. Had you at 32.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
32. What the man?
That's what I was thinking at that
I was
time.
gonna ask you, what's in your mind? What's in your mind at that time?
This is what I've been waiting on, the opportunity here. So I go to the combine, and they like, Lamar, quarterback and receiver. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, no. Like, I'm thinking he just being funny, because I don't know who the hell he is, but he like, oh no, seriously. Then I think I cursed him like, hell no, I'm not doing no I'm playing quarterback.
All right, draft day comes up. 32, you see all that go above you.
Yeah,
But you're there. I mean, you got a team.
yeah, I'm hyped.
All right, let's go to the next stage. White hand. White hand, we taking the stools out because we're about to get into the NFL questions. Before it got good, which happened fast, White hand, there had to be some thought. White hand is coming in hot, I'm sorry. White hand. Ah, Jesus.
I'm Ravens?
Yeah, that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, with that.
Yeah, either Ravens or some god dysfunctional pigeons. Jesus. I mean, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Daryl, what are you doing? All right, thank you. Bam and Daryl, they've been with me for a long time.
Yeah.
Just two, okay. Thank you. I see it. No, I see it. I got it. So, Bam, stop the bird. I'm serious, man. Stop it. You with me, man. I don't like that No, don't do that. I don't really like birds, man. I know you're gonna say, Kevin, how's that the case? Because you're an Eagles fan.
I was gonna say that.
I mean, birds. I'm talking about them kind of birds. The black ones.
They more aggressive?
I just don't like how they be hanging out on the wires and man. Like you come out your house, they just standing up there. It's like, hey, man. Birds like that, I can't scare. When I be like, get out of here.
Yeah,
They just
pigeons
be
is
like,
you can do.
pigeons some punk All right, get out of here. Huh? No, you're not getting a chain. Back up, man. That's called steal. No, don't give him your chain.
That's a
No.
raven.
He's not a real raven, man. I know who you are. Bam, stop staring at me like that with that goddamn costume, man. I don't like it. Daryl, I don't like what he's doing. Daryl, don't you start doing it too. Okay, get back, man. I'm in a hard part of the interview. All right, here we go. Lamar, NFL. Thank you. You couldn't breathe, could you? Yeah, almost killed your goddamn self. And that's not how you put it on, man. We don't have a budget for it. So you break it around here, it's yours. Bam Bam is on his own. I thought you would give it back. Your stupid. Okay, I want to go to the NFL. Biggest question for me is this. You get an opportunity to start. Holy shit. How nervous are you at this point?
I wasn't really nervous, like, I had butterflies. Now.
Excitement.
Once I got tackled that one time, I'm like, well, it's easy.
It's okay.
Yeah, I love it.
When did the light bulb click and go off that, okay, I can dominate this game at the same level that I dominated in college and in high school?
It got easy for me my sophomore season.
Sophomore season.
First game of the season. Blew out the Dolphins. I'm like, oh, this is easy.
How much did you respond to the city of Baltimore welcoming you?
Oh, a lot. They dedicate everything, like, their life to the Ravens when things are, you know, going good, going bad. And it's like, if we having a bad season or something, the city is, like, chaotic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crime and stuff, a lot of things going on.
So you say you guys are responsible for the crime?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying we
saying if you guys have
make
a
the city
bad
happy.
season?
We make the city happy.
So you're saying if there's a bad season?
No, we don't have no bad season.
You're saying that spikes up.
Probably.
A little bit. No, don't put that on me. Get that out of here. $7 down the drain. Yeah, put it on. Thank you, Bam. That one too. Huh? the first time I've ever seen two birds that couldn't fly. Yeah! Did you get it? Two stupid ass birds that can't. Don't you do it. Don't you bring that devil wing over here. No! Give me the guy. Just give it to me. Just move. Just come on, man. Just move. Hurry up. Let's go. Just go. Back up. All right. As we approach the tail end of this, I think the thing that I really want to cover, man, is most important for me.
Yeah.
MVP conversation again. Once again, I'm in the conversation of being at the top of the game, being the elite, being the best of the best. By the way, I'm outperforming the rest of the class that was taken above me. Bam, no!
Why mine look like a thong?
No, that is,
Why mine look like
don't
a
put that
thong?
on. Yeah, it don't really look like a raven. I'll be honest with you, man. I think he stole it.
You stole it?
Yeah, that's
Why
not.
mine look like this?
Yeah, it's not the same. But by the way, two different types of wings.
Who
we got,
did it? Who made
right?
yours?
Look at me. I soar wherever I go. Right? Don't with it, man.
No, mine
You don't
look
want
like-
that stuff getting in your hair. It's gonna make your scalp itch. All right. So, most valuable player. It happens again. What's the mindset?
I'm like thinking about it.
You're not even
like,
thinking about it. What was the most difficult adjustment for you in the NFL?
Just being a leader.
Okay.
I'm gonna say being a leader because I'm really not outspoken, like being vocal with my guys, like, oh, let's do this and that, or got a great motivational speech. I don't have that. You know, I just pretty much lead by example. I go out there, I'm gonna work hard. I expect that out of you. But as I've been growing in the league, it's like, nah, you gotta talk to the guys. Coaches and stuff like to tell me, like, talk to the guys. I'm like, all right. Now I talk to them one-on-one, but certain things I'm seeing, I gotta voice it more. I gotta voice my opinion more to those guys.
As you now are approaching, the next stages of your career, right? At this point, it's Super Bowl. Super Bowl is the big conversation for you. I mean, how close do you feel you are to getting to that stage of completion?
Well, extremely close. As I've been getting older in the league, like I said, my mindset has been different and the game has gotten a lot easier for me.
Last season was a tough season, right? You got a tight end, had a moment of lapse, drops the ball, a big moment. What was your conversations with him after?
Yeah, I talked to him. I went up to him like, man, we all played a part in this game. Like, I had my turnovers. We shouldn't have been in this situation. I know you've been busting your ass all season, despite what you've been through, you're just gonna have to bounce back. We can't dwell on this.
I know you said that you're not a motivational speaker and you don't do the inspiring talks, but I'll be damned if that didn't pump me up. If I was on your side, right now I got put on my helmet and my pads and I'll get back out there and I would do the same thing again.
That's real.
I wish we had you on our church team. Let's take a second to tap into what you're doing off the field.
And I got a Forever Dreamers nonprofit foundation. I'll be doing for the kids. I got the 707s. Got the kids traveling and stuff to go see universities and stuff like that. It's free. I pay for everything for the kids just to have them doing something, just not out in the world.
That's dope as hell.
I was one of them kids, not doing bad stuff, but I wanted to do stuff when school was out and we didn't really have that back then. But since I'm in my shoes, I can do that for those kids,
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to tell you who you just got heard from. He's a legend. We're talking about Mr. Hold on. Down. No, take the wings off. Get them off. Because they itching my back. And if I break out, you're fired. And I mean that. Once I find out what your freaky ass is doing after midnight, I swear to you it's over for both of y'all. You got to hear from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Lamar Jackson. Guys, greatness is something that just can't be taught. Man, it's a matter of time before you get what you deserve, which is your Super Bowl ring. Just do not do it at the expense of the Philadelphia Eagles. Let us fly a little more, and then you do what you have to do. This is cold as balls, guys. It doesn't get better than this.
My balls.
Goddamn, the same tub, just different ice. Woo! How did I do that? Somebody write that down. That's how we're gonna wrap up. The same tub, but different ice. And then freeze frame that.